Welcome to Coffee with the Librarians, week of January 14th. I've already been tuning in. This is going to be all about intentions and how it is more than just intentions. Setting intentions is a great place to start, but as the phrase goes, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And the librarians definitely had some things that they wanted to say. So before we get into that, on Amazon, my newest book, It's Not Burnout, It's Betrayal, 5 Tools to Fuel Up and Thrive, is out. So you can order your paperback now, or you can wait until January 21st, and then you can get the Kindle edition. So let me get out of that and into a connection. There we go. We find your phrases that you use on Earth as very humorous because there is so much wisdom in them, and yet they become known as colloquialisms or old wives' tales or things to kind of laugh about in their simplicity. And in truth, it is in that simplicity and in that direction where so much wisdom and truth lies. Yes. The discussion around intentionality is an important one, and it's an especially important one right now because there are so many changes taking place, both in the collective and on the individual. And we want to underscore that as mass amounts of individuals change, so too does the collective shift. But then, as the collective shifts, it also spurs the change in the individuals. So it's always this leapfrog type effect over who is changing first, who is pushing who, and what is driving the train and what is pushing the issue. So, back to intentionality and why that is so important, especially in 2025. As we said in our last message, this is a year of significant planetary change. This is a year of significant personal change. And while the first step is always identifying our end point, there are many of you who do not identify the end point, who just live life in the seamless flow of days and weeks and months and years, connecting to the present or not. This is no judgment as to the way anybody lives their lives. There are people who just show up day after day after day after day and flow with it. And then at the end of their lives wonder, what happened? Where did those years go? What did I accomplish? But they are mild. They are mildly satisfied. They are mildly dissatisfied. It's just a mild life without major disruptions. It is just a mild life. There is no judgment around that. That is just one way that people do life. Another way that people do life is in that constant showing up and being present. And that is a very different flavor of a life. It's showing up with this awareness day in and day out of what it takes to connect with the people that need connecting, what it takes to be of service in the way of being service. It's a way of showing up. And then at the end of a life like that, oftentimes there is satisfaction, there is joy because there was service, but then there's also a level of almost personal letdown that I didn't create for me, not in a selfish form, but in a, I was so busy serving everybody else, I never got the joy of satisfaction. And the truth of the matter is, we are all creators. We are made in the image and likeness of God, who is an extreme creator. And we too are creators, not only creators of humans, but creators of reality, creators of events, creators of connection, creators of anything that you can think of that there is to create. Humans are capable and should be involved in that type of a creation, which leads us to this transmission, which is a transmission all around intentionality. And how, yes, that first place is to be intentional about that. I am going to create whatever it is. We mentioned child. I'm going to create a child. I am going to create a universe. I am going to create a relationship. I am going to create a home. I am going to create success. I'm going to create a strong body. Identifying it is absolutely the first step, but that is not the ending of it. It is the beginning of it. And too often, too many of you stop there with great joy, with great satisfaction, with great pleasure that you have named what it is that you are going to create. You have named what you intend. And then you walk away. And this is where, again, one of those other proverbial phrases, this is where the rubber hits the road. This is where you are now tasked with taking action to bring that intention to fruition. And this is what we are here to speak about today, because this is the year of action. This is absolutely a year of action. On the other side, it is important to say this on both. We're laughing because it's yet another one of your phrases, sides of the coin. We are speaking again on the other side of the coin. This is a year of action, which means this is also not a year of inaction. So we are tasking you to do two different things. We are tasking you to take action, and we're also tasking you not to not take action. And it's important to distinguish both of those actions because they're actually very different. Taking action is a different energy of not taking action. And those of you who are driven more by the proactive positive will hear things differently than those of you who are driven more by the fear of the lack of not having the things. In any regard, this is the year where much action, much activity will benefit you. Again, there is no judgment around who chooses to do what, when, where, and why. This is speaking of the benefit to you, the benefit to the things that you want to create, the benefit to those that you love, the benefit to this planet, the benefit to this earth. This is the year where much action must be taken towards the culmination of your intention. So set to that intention, yes, but most importantly, take slow, consistent steps. In every moment that you can, take a step towards that action. We recognize that many of you will be confused by that and will be thinking, are we asking you to not rest? No, we are asking you to take consistent action towards achieving your intention. High quality action is different than frenetic action. When rest needs to be taken, take the rest so that when you are in action, you are fully energized. You are fully moving through the heart energy, through the mind energy. The action that we are asking you to take is full-bodied action. It's full-bodied with thought, full-bodied with heart, full body with gut, full body with love, full body with presence. So you can be effective, not just being busy, but being effective. Again, this is something that is also being talked about a lot, not in fun figures of speech, but in your cultural vernacular right now, there is much talk about the difference between being busy and being effective. And there is no coincidence around that because the planet has reached a frenzied tipping point of action. There is so much vibratory frenetic action happening on the planet right now that is creating more of a frenzy. What is needed now is to drop that frenzy and to take that action in a grounded, calm, still way so you can move forward towards those intentions. It is instead of, we see a machine that is shaking and that is vibrating and that is buzzing and that is casting jagged, zigzaggy waves out, that is destabilizing not only the core, but is destabilizing everything around it. What we are asking is for that motion to stop and for there to be, bam, a big solid bump that will send a ripple of change within as well as without to create action, and then peace, and then bam, a ripple of positive action that will create change and will ripple out, and then bam, another a heartbeat. What we refer to is the heartbeat of action. The heartbeat of action. Wow, I'm just telling them how much I love that. That is incredible. It is. It's it's the heartbeat of Gaia. It's the heartbeat of Mother Earth. It's the heartbeat of the planet. And so many of us have been living out of alignment with the heartbeat of the planet. The heartbeat of the planet, the heartbeat of action is that this cadence and the frenetic, frenzied energy of so many of us and so many of the planet is here. Boom. Boom. And it is that disharmonious, what is the word? They're giving me the picture and it's like sandpaper. It's that disharmony between what this is and what this is, and it's creating friction. That's the word. It's creating a lot of friction in that disharmony. And that's what so many of us feel is that friction. It's not, I'm arguing. What they're saying is it's not so many of us that are dissatisfied or upset. It's that so many of us are chafed from the friction. And what I'm saying is, no, no, no. There are many of us that are dissatisfied. We're dissatisfied with the way the planet is. We're dissatisfied. And they're saying there's a lower level of dissatisfaction based on actual events, and there is a higher level of dissatisfaction based on this chafing, this constant irritation from the heartbeat of Mother Earth and the frenetic frenzy of where we're at. It's the balancing out of these two different frequencies. The heartbeat, the heart, I love that. The heartbeat of the planet is the frequency that we are born with. It's the frequency that we have inside. It's the frequency that we need to return to in order to take positive, more proactive action. And it's the breaking away of all of this electronic interference. What I'm asking is, do our electronics have something to do with it? And they're saying, yes, absolutely. There is that external electronic frequency that's also enveloping the planet and being pumped through the planet in the airwaves that does destabilize and disconnect us from the heartbeat of Mother Earth. And yet, as magnetic beings ourselves, we are also capable of projecting and connecting enough with the heartbeat of the planet that we will not be destabilized by our electronics. Our electronics are a tool. When we recognize that they are a tool, and when we're able to hold our mastery, and when we're able to hold our own power, we are no longer destabilized or decentralized within ourselves, and we remain connected to the heartbeat of Mother Earth. Wow. I'm asking, how do I do that? How do I know? And they said that is not information right here and right now. That would dilute the message of the awareness. That is, I get it. That is setting the intention. The intention is to not allow ourselves to be destabilized by the frequencies that are being pumped through by the electronics, by our modern way of living, and to set the intention to stay connected to the heartbeat of the planet, to stay connected to the heartbeats of our own bodies and the heartbeat of the planet are synonymous. Yeah, they are. I was questioning that. Yes, they are. They are synonymous. It's staying connected to that, to set that intention and to realize that this is the year to take steps moving forward into that. The how will come. It is not one directive because, as we had said earlier, there are many ways that people move through life. So depending on which way you are moving through life, your way of synchronizing, harmonizing your heartbeat to the heartbeat of the planet will be different. That is something, even for each individual within any of those subgroups, is different. For now, it is first setting that intention to harmonize, to reconnect, to own your own cadence. I love that word, to own your own cadence. And then to commit to taking those steps, those strong, clear, purposeful steps. They're saying not shuffles, not frenzied action towards that goal. And the rest will come. In much gratitude, the librarians want to express so much gratitude for the listening of this message. This message, as well as last week's message, and for the year to come, are hard for some of us to listen to because in some ways they point the finger at the ways that we have disconnected ourselves from who we really are. And they want to express so much love for the willingness to listen to that, so much love for the willingness to explore that and to see things differently and to have the willingness just to explore, to experience, and to feel into the connected wisdom of this kind of a transmission. And with much gratitude, thank you. And I will see you all next week. Bye.